Hey, I'm Caleb J. Ross here. I've been asked to host a series of videos designed to facilitate conversation among real-life book clubs out there, and also the internet book club right here in the comments below. These videos will be full of discussion prompts and discussion prompts. I said that one already. And it's an idea that I apparently agreed to a couple weeks ago. The first book that we're going to discuss is very large, Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace. All right, which I totally read. You can tell because it's very. It's there's dog ears indicating the pace in which I read it. So I definitely read these words in the book. Let's start with chapter 1, huh? What? Chapter 1? Did you? There was that. I can't believe what happened in chapter 1. There was so much that happened. That thing that happened was huge, or maybe it wasn't. You know? Maybe it wasn't huge. Maybe it was something that was supposed to be huge, but it wasn't. And you know what? It was resolved. I remember. Just remembered later on in the novel it was resolved. But at the time, you as the reader were like, "Is this big? This is a thing?" So discuss that on chapter 1. How's it going? It's not going good, is it? Okay, let's chapter 2. Chapter 2. This is when we met. Oh God, these chapters aren't numbered. The second chapter, not necessarily chapter 2. All right, the second chapter. This is when we met Jimmy, right? Are there no names in this book? Oh God, Randy. Randy is who we met. Actually, his name is Randy. I call him Jimmy because he reminded me of a guy that I know from real life named Jimmy, because of all the things that Randy does, all the crazy he does. You know, he's always doing these things, and it reminded me of the guy Jimmy that I really know for real in real life. And I think that's what the magic of this book, right? Is that you're reminded of things, that you're reminded of your own life. You're forced to impart your own life upon the book, and that is something that is very disbelieving. But I am willing to suspend that disbelief. That's that term, willing suspension of disbelief. That's what it means. That's what it means. Also, verisimilitude. There was some of that in this chapter. So discuss those aspects, Randy, and verisimilitude. You know, let's just jump right into quotes. Quotes encourage discussion. Let's talk about quotes. And I took a lot of notes, quote notes, but I didn't write them down because they're already in the book. So I'm just going to look at the book and the places that I for real marked them. Okay, there was definitely one on page 772. God, this is a big book. That I thought was something that really spoke to me, and I think it's going to speak to you out there as well. So it was, I'm just trying to find the ink, the place where I actually marked the quote here. The character said, "How does somebody with your kind of," oh God, that's a word, Pengelosian constitution determine whether you're ever being lied to? What? Right? How do you determine what's real and what's not real? Right, it's the story of life, Infinite Jest. I think it's the story of us trying to find ourselves in an infinite world of jest, of joking, what's the serious, who are we as serious? And let's check out another quote. Here's one on page 688 that when I read this, I thought, whoa, let's see. He shrieks, clutches his head, throws on wrinkled clothes, ties his shoes in the elevator, shaves in the car, blasting through red lights on the way to the commuter rail. Wow. Why do you think his clothes were wrinkled? Huh? Think about that one. Society does not accept wrinkled clothes. Enough of quotes. Let's talk about theme, the thematic nature of Infinite Jest. All right, I think it was, if I remember correctly, it was Sven Burkitz from the Atlantic Monthly. We all know Sven Burkitz from the Atlantic Monthly writes columns for the Atlantic Monthly. He compared, famously, he compared David Foster Wallace's Infinite Jest to Beckett, Pynchon, Gaddis, I think, right? So, thematically, how are those writers similar to David Foster Wallace? Discuss that. Discuss. I want to know your thoughts on Infinite Jest, right? I want to know what you thought of Infinite Jest. I want to know, in your real-life book clubs that are talking about Infinite Jest, how did you guys talk about these things? Not because I need to know, not like I have an obligation to report back the success of this particular video to inform the production of future videos. No, I want you to share with me your thoughts on Infinite Jest, because that's really what this is all about. It's about discussing books and engaging. It's about synergy, right? Put those comments down below. Look forward maybe to the next installment of this book club, which is we're reading a top secret book that you don't even know about, and I'm not going to tell you. That's the thing, you reading, it keeps you on your toes, right?